Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samastajana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Yontah Pravishya Mama Vachamimam Prasuptam Sanjeevayatya Kila Shakti Dharaswadhamna Anyascha Hastacharana Shravanatvagadin Prana Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam. Hari Om. We saw what is Dhyanasvarupam. What is the meaning of meditation and how it is not karma, japa or upasana, right? And it is not any activity. So the yogis abide in their own self as their own self. That is called meditation. Abiding in one's own self as their own self, one's own self. So all the spiritual seekers are putting their best efforts. What is their best effort? Dhrunishtha, to attain that firm abidance in one's own self. They try. How they try? Through meditation. Meditation is a technique. Ultimately, they want to establish themselves in their own self. Who am I? Who am I? That is the truth. So, now then in the last verse we saw that now tasya eva siddhantah varnyate adhuna. Now what is the principle or practice of meditation? That is explained now. Varnyate adhuna. Now what is the practice of meditation? What are the principles of meditation? Right? So that is the truth. That what is the truth? Truth is firm abidance in one's own self is meditation. Agree. That is okay. Then how to do it then? How to be abide in firm abidance in one's own self? That is the question. Now, this is another important points are that vidhi dhyanasya. Therefore, what is the vidhi of dhyana is now told in 7th verse onwards. Kriyashilas sada jivaha sthatum shaknoti natmani akarmatastatah prokto vidhir dhyanasya yogibhihi kriyashilas sada jivaha sthatum shaknoti natmani akarmatastatha prokto vidhir dhyanasya yogibhihi. Now see, meditation is what we have discussed so far is abidance in our own self firmly. That's okay. That we saw. Right? Now, the difficulty in establishing ourselves in our own self, in self-abidance, is what? That inherent tendencies in all of us to act. Gurudev gave a beautiful example. Please listen now. Carefully listen. Are you listening or reading again? Don't read the books. Because when you're reading while talking, mind is split into two. and the 2 splits into 4, and 4 into 8. Just it splits. How I tell you? How it splits into 2? You are listening, you think you are listening, and you think you are reading. So between listening and reading, mind is split. Right? Number 1. And as you are trying to listen and also trying to read, some part of mind which is trying to read throws up some other thoughts while reading related to reading. Some background mind starts projecting. And while listening, regarding that listening, the background mind flashes. उसने ऐसा कहा, इसने ऐसा कहा, वहाँ ऐसा सुना. Already split. And that doesn't end, the chain continues. That is why one of the most discipline is that we should not study the book when we are listening. We were trained like that. When our acharyas, when Guruji speaks or any acharya speaks, anything, we just listen and write down the notes. Writing means what? I am writing, listening attentively and repeating it in my mind and intellect, and then writing it down. That's a beautiful activity. Then and there, some kind of manana is going on. Some extra impression is created. Suppose the teacher is speaking and you are reading the text. Suppose क्या होता है ना, भाष्य पढ़ रहे, ये भी पढ़ रहा हूँ, वो भी पढ़ रहा हूँ. Very dangerous. So just listen. Listening is a great art. Shravanamatrena jnanam bhavati. Anyway, now, what I was telling is, Gurudev wanted to give a beautiful example. Again, I'll repeat. To remain, to abide in self, what is obstructing us? The nature of our mind and intellect. What is the nature of mind and intellect? Always action oriented is the mind. Now see, listen now. I think I have told you in the beginning only. Wakeful sleep is meditation. So mind knows only 2 states, conditions. Either it is agitated or in deep sleep state. We don't know how to keep the mind alert in between. Alert meaning no agitations, no deep sleep. In between exactly. Make it alert, no thoughts. But mind is not trained like that. Mind says, either I am active, producing thoughts, or I go to sleep. So in between I have to practice now. The mind should not be agitated, but not enter into sleep. So that is the challenge. So Gurudev gives example. Like, water painting. In a house, there's a pond, small, big, this one, in a big hall only. So water is absolutely still. On that, carefully, he put that powders and drew the picture of Mahalakshmi. And water is not shaking. Very carefully he has to put. Even when he is bending and putting it, his breath also, out breath air also should not create a ripple. Such a sensitive art. And he was doing it. And he did it. Full, beautiful Lakshmi. He was happy. Then he called Gurudev. Please come and see inside. Gurudev said, I went inside. When I went inside, there are some people who come, stand behind me and inside. As I was watching the great and appreciating the artist, because the people, and there was suffocation in the room. One stupid devotee switched it on fan for Hava. Lakshmi drowned. This is external disturbance. Second thing, what happens is, suppose there is a frog, two frogs beneath the water. They are in samadhi. When the entire drawing is done, they both woke up and they started quarreling. The inner bubbles came to surface. Image shook and drowned. Meaning all mixed up. Gone. So external disturbances is one thing. Internally, mind is always action oriented. Three monks, Buddhist monks, Zen Buddhist monks, they wanted to practice silence for about 1 hour. They sat straight, three of them in triangle shape, and observing silence, not talking, total silence. After 12-13 minutes, somebody said, "Ah, kitna silent hai bhaiya." Second person said, "तू तो बात कर लिया." And third person said, "I won." Like a Siddhavari joke is there in our camps. Evening, that walk into the woods, walk alone. And these campers talk. Let us go for walk alone. Let us go for walk alone. वॉक अलोन का मतलब अकेला जाना है ना, साथ में क्यों जा रहे हो? So basically our mind is always, that's what beautifully Guruji says, kriyashilaha jivaha sada. Jivaha sada kriyashilaha. Action oriented. He just can't keep quiet. That's why mind is equated with bandar. We cannot remain still. Think. Therefore, Atmani statum na shaknoti. So it becomes impossible for Jiva to abide in his own self. Why? The very nature of Jiva is restlessness. Karma, kriyashilaha. कुछ ना कुछ करते रहना है. Think. You just can't keep quiet, sit still. We can't sit. To practice, मजा आएगा. Therefore, what is meditation? Stillness, abidance. Unless you are still, you can't abide. Okay. But what is your nature? Action oriented. Always acting, 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 acting. Now, how to train the mind and how to train the jiva now? Because he likes only action. Kriyashilaha. He doesn't know how to abide. So, I must discover some mental activity which is nothing but generation of thoughts. Mental activity is thoughts only, no? But such activity which eventually lead us to the dissolution of all thoughts, right? An activity leading to stopping of all actions. वे अपने आप खत्म होना चाहिए. अब देखिए, be alert, extremely alert now. Certain activities of the mind which are given by the scriptures, certain kriyas, the mind is in that practicing it through kriya only. It is action only. Appears as an action. It is an action. But that actions lead us to the state of actionlessness. How can action takes me to the state of actionlessness? How it is possible? Give me one example, then we will believe. Action is thoughts. Manasankriya. And that thoughts eventually should stop thoughts. They're self-consuming like that. How? Every day we do it. Now, I want to sleep. How do you prepare for sleep? You withdraw from all activities. Mind is withdrawn. Right? Then one thought is generated. अभी मुझे सोना है. अभी मुझे सोना है. अब सोना है. अब सोना है. अब मैं सो जाऊंगी. अब मैं सो जाऊंगी. अब सोना है. अब सोना है. सोना.
स्वामी जी, किसी वक्त तो बिल्कुल ये कहने की भी जरूरत नहीं होती, नींद अपने आप आ जाती है.
माइंड सबकॉन्शियसली आप संकल्प करते हैं कि नहीं अभी सोना है. रात को संकल्प तो करते हैं ना, अभी नींद की टाइम हो रही है.
सब नींद का टाइम हो गया.
हाँ, फिर वो प्रिपरेशन हुई है.
अच्छा, और एक
So that means,
एक बात जी तो और पूछना चाहती हूँ स्वामी जी.
याद रखिएगा. अब क्या होगा? थॉट्स आर generated eventually leading to cessation of all thoughts. So, certain activities which are given by rishis and munis and scriptures, they lead us to that. And second thing is, what our activities are bahirmukha activities. Bahirmukha activities multiply. They don't end. See, for example, one thought you take, मुझे खाना बनाना है. No, खाना बनाना है. Now, how many thoughts will come out of it? सब्जी. अरे सब्जी लाना है. अबे बाजार में फ्रिज में खत्म हो गया. सब्जी लानी है. लाने वाला कोई नहीं है. अरे क्यों आजकल कोई लाते नहीं है. अरे बाजार है. अरे बाजार, अरे कोई जिम्मेदार नहीं उठाते. सब्जी तो मांग लेते हैं. अब कहाँ से? वो whole tsunami comes out of it. Will that tsunami come had you not generated that thought that अभी सब्जी बनानी है? Oh my God. So, activities which are worldly, the thought multiplies and explodes. Only one thought you got. One thought you got. चलो मॉर्निंग वॉक चलते हैं. One thought only. Now how it explodes? जूता कहाँ रखा, कौन से जूता पर बारिश आएगा तो फिर कुत्ते भी बोलते तो लकड़ी भी ले जाना है. आजकल कुत्ते तो बहुत काट रहे हैं. वो परसों काटा था, वही हॉस्पिटल में भर्ती हो गए 15 दिन. तो होता है कि नहीं? So one thought I wanted to walk. It took you to tsunami of thoughts.
उसका भी एक तरीका है स्वामी जी.
क्या?
पहले ही तैयारी कर लीजिए कि सुबह सैर को जाना है.
हाँ, तैयारी करनी माने एक ही थॉट है क्या?
तो
एक थॉट नहीं है वो. पहला संकल्प उठता है ना. पहला संकल्प उठता है कि नहीं, कल सवेरे चलना है. ठीक है. अब बाद में क्या करोगे?
सब तैयारी कर लो.
अब बस ये सब थॉट हुआ कि नहीं संसार. तैयारी क्या क्या करना बताओ फिर. अरे जूते रखना है, सॉक्स पहनना है, कपड़े मॉर्निंग सूट रखना है, कहाँ जाना है और किसके साथ जाना है, और सुनते सुनते जाना है तो कान में फिर ये हेडफोन नहीं मिलता है, मिले तो भी चार्ज नहीं हुआ. नॉट वन. Why are you not seeing it?
मॉर्निंग में सेटिस्फैक्शन हो जाती है.
Why are you not seeing this multiplication of thoughts? अरे भैया आपको बता देता हूं. चलो आज सब मिलके होटल में खाना खाएंगे, परिवार पूरा. बस वन थॉट. जाओगे. हाउ लॉन्ग यू विल टेक टू डिसाइड मेनू? आंख बंद करके इडली है, हाँ लेके आ जाओ. ऐसा नहीं ना. ऑर्डर करने के बाद इधर उधर शक्ल गर्दन मोड़ के, अच्छा भैया इधर वो क्या खा रहा है, वो उधर खा रहा है ना. टेबल नंबर 1 यहाँ पे 10 है, दूर से देख रहा है. आपका आई साइट बहुत बढ़िया है. वो क्या खा रहा है, चाट रहा है, वो क्या है, वो मैम हमारा होटल का स्पेशल डिश है, अच्छा वो भी लेके आओ. Why are you not seeing this? How the thoughts are exploding? But such thoughts where thoughts leads to actionlessness is called Kriya Yoga. That's what Guru says. Kriyashila sada jivaha statum shaknoti na atmane akarmataha. Why? He himself always akarmataha. Without any action, he cannot. Akarmataha atmani statum na shaknoti. Meaning, because of his continuous action, akarmataha, because of his restless nature, without any action, he just can't abide in the self. Har bhai, say, no, stop thoughts. Not how. To stop thoughts, I have to generate thought. अब सोचना बंद करो, मत करो. अभी कुछ सोचना बंद करो. अच्छा, अब मैं सोचना बंद करूंगी. You know that joke? Gurudev story? That one Raja is a bald head. So then he announced, if the Vaidyas all called, if you are not discovering any medicine for my bald head, I will cut your heads, hung you in public. All Vaidyas, all doctors were, ये क्या मुसीबत है, हमारा राजा पागल है, हम कहाँ से उसके लिए कहाँ से लेके आइए. One doctor said, no, मेरे पास एक तरीका है, मैं मैं अपने आप को बचाऊंगा, आप सबको बचाऊंगा. यार कुछ कर लो यार. नहीं मैं दवा बना के लेके जाऊंगा. बना के उगना है ना, उगना मैंने बढ़ना है बाल. Then he said, Rajaji, this is the liquid. You have to use for 108 days. Conditions are there. You should not miss it even one day. And same time application is required. Definitely you will get. But 3 things you should not remember. Anda, broom and बंदर. ये 3 को आप याद मत रखना. बस अंडा, egg, broomstick and monkey. Without these 3, without remembering these 3, you apply, you will get on 108 days के बाद hair will grow with jet speed. Very good. So nobody will be hung. But बाद में देख लेंगे, काम नहीं कर तो हम जरूर sir, no problem. And the morning the tail he took in the hand, and he'll remember what not to remember. इंस्ट्रक्शन पढ़ना है ना, बंदर को याद नहीं रखना, ब्रूमस्टिक को याद, अंडा अंडा याद, वो राजा है ब्रेकफास्ट में रोज अंडा मिलता तो अंडा देख लिया, अप्लाई करते समय शुड नॉट रिमेंबर, बट ऑल द थिंग एवरी डे रिमेंबर्ड. So 108 days में the fresh bottle is as it is. He will take the oil and put it back again. Why waste for today? Tomorrow start, I will start using it. And that's how he saved himself and saved all Vaidyas, doctors in the kingdom. Because that our mind is. That's how it works. So therefore, without action, I don't know how to abide in self. How they just be. अब बताओ क्या करना है? मैंने just be. बट करना जरूर नहीं है, जस्ट बी. बट कैसे? नीचे बैठो, अरे कुछ करना जरूर नहीं है, जस्ट बी. नो बट क्या है? बी स्टिल, बी जस्ट बी, यू आर दैट ऑलरेडी. नहीं होता है. हमें मेडिटेशन सिखाओ, यू आर ऑलरेडी दैट. वो तो ठीक है, बस सिखाओ कुछ, तो कुछ करना है ना. दैट इज द नेचर ऑफ जीव. देयरफॉर प्रोक्तो विधि ध्यानस्य योग. देयरफॉर योगीज गेव ध्यान योग विधि. चलो ठीक है भैया, हम ऐसे एक प्रक्रिया दे देते हैं, बट दैट प्रक्रिया विल लीड यू टू एक्शनलेसनेस. So all the Kriya Yogas given by various practices given by yogis lead us to the state of actionlessness. That is necessary. Otherwise we cannot do. Actually meditation is a noun. There is nothing called doing there. But we have to do meditation. But meditation is not doing. I know that, but do meditation. Have you done your meditation today? There is nothing to do. It's a simple awareness it is. When long back, when I was studying 11th standard, I went to Ramanashram, Tirunnamalai. So I met a great sadhaka, Mahatma. He was all, I went to my uncle, so both three of us are walking. So I asked that, he's a great person. कुटिया में तपस्या कर रहे. मैंने उनसे पूछा, अंकल आप कितने घंटे मेडिटेशन करते हैं? Curious questions, and how many hours? He said, Babu, बच्चा, you don't know. अभी तुम चल रहे हैं ना, I'm actually meditating बोला है. चलते चलते बोला भाई और किसी को बता दो, इतना झूठ बोल रहे हो. मेडिटेशन मैंने बैठ के करना है ना, ये चलते तो मेडिटेशन कैसे होता है? Then he said, you can't understand now. As you grow, you will understand. So, therefore, kriyarupa pratiyeta tathapi na kriya vidhi samyame na hyupadina lupta santi cha tat kriyaha kriyarupa pratiyeta tathapi na kriya vidhi sanyame na hyupadhinam lupta santi. Very beautiful thing. Now, see here. So, kriyarupa pratiyeta. But meditation is not action. But it looks as though it is of the nature of kriya. Kriyarupavat. As though it is kriya, it is showing. But it is not. क्रियावत दिखता है, जैसे क्रिया जैसे दिखता है. अब भैया, not every thought. Those thoughts given by the yogis, scriptures speak about it. Those methods only. अपना मेथड चालू किया तो सुनामी ऑफ थॉट्स ओनली विल कम. If you follow that method of the rishis, that thoughts you entertain, slowly mind merges. That's what it says, kriya rupava pratiyeta tathapi na kriya vidhi. But even though it is appearing as an action, but it is not an activity. Meditation is not an activity. It may appear as an action. Think. And samyamena, by restraint. What is happening? See, I initiate some subtle activity, all activities are consumed, all activities become silent, and then automatic restraint comes. Restraint means control. All samyamena hi. When through that particular activity inside, mantra japa or some kriya exercises, etc., when mind becomes silent and all thoughts become silent, and immediately, slowly, what happens? Luptasanti upadhinam. All upadhis become luptaha. Their activities, they end and they merge. Merge means what? You don't feel their existence. The body, stillness, prana, mind, intellect, and then all this, everything, Anandamaya Kosha, all koshas become extremely still, and there is actually no movement. That means they don't exist for me. They all ended. In the moments of that stillness, the truth is revealed. Stillness has to be practiced. Now, I will bring 2-3 sutras of Patanjali, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, Ashtanga Yoga. But Patanjali Maharshi says, Tad heyaha, that what is it? Tad heyaha, what do you call, Dhyana heyaha, tad vrittayaha. Dhyana heyaha, tad vrittayaha. All that kind of vrittis are, everything is given up through meditation. Now remember one more thing. More the thoughts in the mind, more the breathing. And so therefore, when you really observe the thoughts and withdraw, and breath also becomes silent. You don't have to observe the breath to make mind silent. That is one method. Other method is withdraw from the mind, and mind becomes still. Automatically, whole body, prana, everything becomes still. That stillness has to be practiced. Then I already told you, Dirgha Kala Nairantaryena Satkara Sevita Druda Bhumi. बहुत समय, लंबे समय तक करते रहना है. Then the mind, and once you enjoy that stillness, meaning that in the stillness, the joy of stillness, where there is no rasagulla, chapati, sabji, paneer, कुछ भी नहीं है वहाँ पे. Nothing. Yet joy is so great. And once the yogis get used to that joy, only when that body demands sometime bathroom जाना या भूख लग रही है, थोड़ा कुछ खिला देता है, फिर बैठ जाते हैं. So, that Ashtanga Yoga, Yama Niyama, Asana, Pranama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, Yashamadama, Pratitiksha, Saddha, Samadhanam, all these qualifications are necessary. And then slowly, this lupta santicha tatkriyaha, all the activities stop. So when activities stop, suddenly I discover who I am. Oh, this is me. Not connected to body, mind, intellect, nothing. Oh, this is me. I give one some example again, gross example. Okay. Suppose you met with an accident and leg was injured or fractured, and it's a multiple compound fracture and 2 3 places. In every point there's a compound fracture. So doctor had opened the entire leg and then fixed everything and then whatever it is. And then he put band-aid, plaster of Paris. Your leg weight is suppose 10 kilos. The plaster of Paris weight is 30 kilos. Suppose he had put that much weight so that you cannot move the leg. Why they put so you will not move? Except fingers, they are good in shape. A finger हिलाते रहो, बस. Entire thing is so packed. You cannot move an inch in that. Now doctor said, because your thing is very serious, keep it for 3 months. And no change is required. 3 महीने के बाद खोल के देखते हैं. So now, you cannot move the leg. So if you have to move, somebody will have to lift the leg. So in those days, they need not do any other biceps. Your leg lifting and down itself with the exercise खत्म हो जाता है. Now, so the earlier experience of leg is forgotten by you. The plaster is so heavy. After 3 months, they transported you to the hospital and doctor has slowly cut it. And after removing, you don't even feel that you have a leg. इतना हल्का, ये मेरा ही पैर है क्या? तुम्हारा ही है, बट मुझे महसूस नहीं हो रहा है. इतना हल्कापन हो रहा है महसूस. इस इतना हल्का हल्का पैर पर मैं नीचे रखकर पैर पर चल सकता हूं क्या? But that is you really. Earlier experience of the loaded weight experience of the feet is not you. That's not real. Or this is the real you. Oh, this is my real leg. I forgot for 3 4 months what that huge band-aid because of that. So collectively I called it as my leg. My inner leg, where I vaguely feel there was something my leg inside, but I'm not feeling it much. But there is inside the leg is there. Must be other, there is no band-aid required. It is leg there. But I'm not exactly feeling it. I'm feeling along with the weight of the bandage, sorry. Plaster of Paris. Not what is the plaster, whatever they call it. Weight of the bandage. Along with it, I'm experiencing it. Now, so similarly, me right now, I, along with the kachara garbage, I'm experiencing that I. As what? As buddhi, as mind, as a frustrated ego, and our body, everything is me. Therefore, this in that I, everything mixed up, like the leg may, everything mixed up. There is no pure. You may say, this is my leg, but actually you are showing plaster of Paris, but actually it is not leg. The leg is inside, but band-aid also you calling it as my leg only. But it is overweight, heavy weight it is. Once it is all removed, you will know, oh, this is my real leg and this is my real me. That is called self-realization. Self-realization doesn't mean that you break your leg and put a band-aid and realize. That is not self-realization. We are already put a log bandage on body, mind, intellect. ए पूरा मसाला के साथ मैं कह रहा हूँ इतना वेट हो रहा है. Once I remove all this, I just experience. Because now listen carefully. Listen carefully. No nama, rupa, kriya, vishesha, sambandha, guna, नाम रूप गुण विशेष क्रिया संबंध कुछ भी नहीं है. So name is not there, form is not there, guna is not there, क्रिया is not there, कोई विशेषता ही नहीं है, संबंध भी नहीं है. सच वस्तु, कान खोल के सुनिएगा, सच ए वस्तु must be infinite. It cannot have any boundaries. If there is a shape and size and guna, it is limited. But what to talk about that? Suddenly I feel I am that infinite consciousness I am, but there is no form for me, no rupa for me, no guna, no kriya, no vishesha, no name, nothing. But I am just there. And itna halkapan ho jata hai. I experience that I am that all pervading, totally weightless, zero weight spirit. बट डर लगता है. कैसे डर लगता है? Because I identify the body, no? Like bird, one bird. In your compound balcony, you hang a small rod, suspended to a ball, this one, chain like that. The rod is fixed. Small rod, this much width, this much only. And one bird came and landed on it. And the rod is rotating. Because of the weight of that landing. And because of that, you are not fixed at that rod. It is rotating. When rod is rotating, this will also rotates the legs, feel. Okay. Then I will tell, why are you worried? Just fly, no? The bird is scared to fly, that I may fall. So I say, no, leave that rod and go. You can fly. Out of fear, bird holds on to that, rotating that rod, small one, with fear, tries to balance, refuses to leave. That is our condition. So after death, subtle body. Suppose subtle body will not be there. You are in the realization. No name, no form, nothing. But kuch hai kya? Hai. Existence is there. But that cannot have any limitations. Okay, when anything is removed, it should be infinity only. Suddenly I feel the great master gave the meditation. I am in the universe and the universe is in me. मय्येव सकलं जातं मयि सर्वं प्रतिष्ठितं मयि सर्वं लयं याति तद् ब्रह्माद्वयमस्म्यहम्. That is me. So when samyamena, when you restrained, all upadhis dissolve. I think enough examples I gave. But even to drop the physical body, we are scared. We want truth with the physical body. Body won't be there. Even subtle body won't be there. then where will I exist? You are that pure existence. But how will I exist? You are that consciousness, full stop. Asane nagatirlupta yadendriya kriyas tatha tadatma chasvayam bhati satta rupaschidatmakaha asanena gatirlupta yadendriya kriyas tatha tadatma chasvayam bhati satta rupaschidatmakaha. Now, asanena gatihi lupta. Example. When you sit, that means walking stopped. Similarly, just as by sitting, walking stops. Similarly, in the yada indriya kriyaha tataha. Similarly, tada atma cha swayam bhati sattarupa siddhatmaka. In the same way, when all the activities of yada indriya kriyaha tata, meaning when all indriya kriyas, actions of the sense organs, come to stand still. Then what happens? Tada atma cha swayam bhati. Then our Atman self shines itself. That means asanena gatirlupta. That means just as when you sit, the walking stopped. Similarly, when all indriya kriyas came to stop, stand still, then, when do you see that shining of the reflected sun? When all water agitating there in the bucket stops, all ripples have stopped. Then you see the brightness of the sun. Boom. So, the stillness has to be practiced when all indriya kriyas and all stopped. Only indriyas, only jnanendriyas and karmendriyas, not the body inside. They only prompt the body to act, no? Body by itself is not. It's a mind, listen carefully. Mind is agitating, indriyas are agitating, it makes the body vibrate and move. Now see, in Upanishad it is said, in Brahmanandavalli, in that Upanishad comes, the physical body is there. The physical body, the prana fills the physical body. So physical body filled by prana. So the container, and you put the liquid, it also takes the shape of the container only. So prana also is the shape of the human being. Tenaisha purnaha savayesha purushavitha eva tasya purushavithatam anvayam purushavitha tasya shrad. Like that it comes. And it has head, right portion, leg portion, and legs, and the central portion. Upanishad speaks about it. Now, in the pranasmaya sharira is filled by the mind. Mind also takes the shape of the pranamaya sharira only. So prana has a head to right hand, left portion, right portion, tail, that is legs, and the trunk middle portion. Mind also has that. And in the mind, is filled with buddhi. Buddhi also tasya shraddhe vashiraha ayam dakshina pakrutam rutam satyamuttara pakshaha rutam dakshina pakshaha. All that. Satya, all that, This is the shape of the word. Again it established not tasya, then anandamaya kosha will fill. Now see, the body, it is not that, one more thing I tell you. It is like a katori drowned in water. So the water in the cup and water outside the cup also. So prana is all pervading. But that water which is taken, which is entered the cup, takes the shape of the cup. But prana is not that much alone. Prana is subtle, more vyapakam. But water is not limited only by the cup. Similarly, mind, subtler and subtler, still holding, but within the container, if you the examples I'm giving you. So now, what is happening? Now see. So when the body is restless, inside content will all shake or not. And prana is restless, woo, everything, mind will shake, intellect will shake, anandamation. So at the physical level, when I start practicing stillness, then indriyas will become still. Then prana will become still. Then mind becomes still. Then inside mind container inside is not, it is still. Then inside it is poured, intellect is there, vijnanamaya, kosha, that becomes still. Then vijnanamaya, anandamaya, that becomes still. Or you can make the mind still and make other things still. But that is the subtle art which we don't know now. If you can do it, advanced seekers, they don't bother about the body. They just arrest the mind and dissolve the mind. Automatically, indriyas keep quiet, prana keeps quiet, bodies become still. Okay? Therefore, sadhana is given what? When that stillness is practiced, when all becomes nishkriya, all the activities stop, inside that, when all the agitation stop in the bucket of water, in the water in the bucket, the sun reflected again shines fully. Or when the waters are stopped, you can see your own image crystal clear. When the dust is removed on the mirror, you can see your own self. Therefore, it's absolutely necessary for meditation, the purity and stillness. समझ आ रहा है? Therefore, Shankaracharya says, ekante sukhamasyatam. पहले एकांत हुआ, एकांत में रहना अभ्यास करो. But we can't do in एकांत. एकांत माने एटलीस्ट सॉलिट्यूड. हमें आता ही नहीं. घर में भी सॉलिट्यूड नहीं. I cannot. Why? Suppose you are sitting in a room. Sit quietly, no? But mobile छेड़ना, टीवी लगाना, या अखबार पढ़ना, किताब देखना, these are all jiva, no? Restless, no? There is one great person. He is my father's younger brother, Mahayogi. You know, Maha is advanced, there is no more, very advanced and then very far advanced in conscious, very far advanced. Very subtle and then very, anyway. He used to teach me, he taught me Patanjali Yoga Sutras when I was studying 10th standard. Recently, after Swami also, of course I go and then touch his feet and then, because my father's younger brother taught me everything right from childhood. So, when he is alone, sitting alone, when I went, sits alone, I in a chair, door closed, khula hai. I said, knocked, it's open, come inside. I came. I said, क्या कर रहे हो? चाचा जी क्या कर रहे हो? Nothing, I'm sitting here. Then I asked him, what do you do in silent? He said, I have no mind. I asked him, then you are talking to me? Mind is there. Oh, whenever I propose, the mind forms. Suppose you go out, there is no mind. I remain in myself. And he is like that. And he was, now. He was like that. I propose. I said, what do you propose? I propose, the mind manifests for action. Then I dissolve the mind. मैं झूठ नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, यहाँ पे मैं भगवान कृष्ण के सामने बैठा हूँ. This is what he used. I propose, he said. That is called mastery. So we cannot, ekante, he is alone, absolutely peaceful. हमारा क्या है बता, for example, we cannot first of all live alone, number one. Why? Alone, lonely. Aloneness is called as lonely by us. ठीक है. Then what happens? इन घरों में क्या होता है, बड़े लोग बेचारे, बड़े बड़े कमरे, 4-5 कमरे, सारे एक कमरे में ना, सारे पोता पोती, नाना नानी, I mean अच्छा पोता पोती, and then नाता नाती जो भी है, सारे बच्चे लोग, फिर आपके बच्चे, and your sons and daughters and everybody एक कमरे में मिलके शोर मचा रहे, मस्ती कर रहे, jokes. You are in another room silently. You cannot, you go, want to join them and share their joy, be with them. You go there, and they don't like you. They are joking, plan and masti kar rahe to na, you go and sit there. क्या हो रहा है करके. First of all, you cannot keep quiet in the room, in your room, and you go there. When you go there, they don't like you because आप बकवास करते रहते हैं ना, तो ये करते रहते हैं. What they do? One by one, they leave the room. One by one, one by one. And after 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you find they all have gathered in another room, and again they started dialogues. Enjoying. So again you became alone. That is our frustration. Not our, sorry. Why don't you keep quiet in your own room? We cannot. मैं बच्चे पूरे बात कर रहे हैं, दूर बैठे से देख लो. Don't have even demand that they should come and respect you, revere you. Not required. You have lived your life. That's it. Now be prepared to exit. So take off के लिए तैयारी करो. एकांते सुखमास्यताम परतरे चेतस समाधियताम. Your mind should place in the Paramatma. Think about Paramatma and sit in solitude. Then the mind becomes, all activities slowly stop. Then meditation happens. Clear? Last verse, no? Vijñātam yena vai rūpam nijam shantam sukhatmakam sarvadha vartamanopi jagat yasminna badhyate. Vijñātam yena vai rūpam nijam shantam sukhatmakam sarvadha vartamanopi jagat yasminna bhadyate. Yena, the one by whom indeed nijam shantam sukhatmakam rupam vijñātam. By that, by one, by whom one's own Nijasvarupam, which is Shantam, Sukhatmakam, nature of pure bliss, peaceful, Vijñātam, realized. That by one, by whom this is realized. What is Sukham? Peace only. Peace of mind is not P-E-A. That is joy. अरे बाबा, आपको ना, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आप शांति से बैठे समझो, हाँ, और अचानक विचार आया, मिर्च पकौड़ा खानी है, मौसम भी ठीक नहीं है, गरम गरम पकौड़े खाएंगे, ऐसा विचार आया. आने के बाद पकौड़े पकौड़े पकौड़े, मिर्च पकौड़े, आलू पकौड़े, पनीर पकौड़ा, गोभी पकौड़ा, पराठा, प्याज पकौड़ा, 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 पकौड़े कहाँ मिलता है? पकौड़े, पकौड़े, पकौड़े. Started. Now see, that agitation is restless. You are not happy with it, state of mind. Then you call someone. चलो पकौड़े बनाएंगे. बेसिन है? खत्म हो गया. लेके आओ 2 किलो. 2 किलो क्यों? रखते हैं, लेके आओ पहले. चलो ले. और बाकी कुछ है सामान? मैंने सब्जी गिब्जी है डालने के लिए, मैंने आलू ये सब, पकौड़ा, मिर्ची, भाई ने लेके आओ. When the moment the person went, पकौड़ा पकौड़ा vibration became पकौड़ा पकौड़ा, स्लोला कम हो गया. वो लेके आ गया और कम हो गया. बनाना शुरू किया. The cook your own house cook, then the और प्रोडक्ट हो गया. स्मेल आने लगा और कम हो गया. आंख सामने आ गए, प्लेट आंखों के सामने. All mind जगत forgotten, only me and my मिर्च पकौड़ा. आहा. एंड टच किया, मुंह में पानी आ रहा है. आहा. एंड देन आंख बंद करके, that moment mind become totally silent, in peace. That is sukham. So what is happening to me? Agitation created, and I know how to stop agitation only by one way. Whatever mind desires, get it, make it peaceful. Then only I be happy. Again mind vibrates. कॉफी पियो, इसके साथ कॉफी पियो. कॉफी लाया, कॉफी शांत हो गया. बहुत बढ़िया है. अब जाके टीवी लगाओ, सोनो, मूवी देखो. फिर मूवी देख लिया, फिर शांत हो गया. फिर अरे बाहर जाओ, घूम के आओ. चलो नेबर के घर में जाओ. फिर एजिटेशन, फिर गया, शांत हो गया. That means what? We know that's how we have been pampering our mind since lives. So what is peace? Thoughtless state is peace. And that peace is sukham. That's what you are trying. So what are you doing? हमेशा अपने एजिटेशंस को शांत कराने में लग गए. बेटी की शादी करनी है. इट इज द लॉन्गेस्ट फॉर्म ऑफ एजिटेशंस. कभी आपके प्रारब्ध क्या असर? 5 साल कर रहे हैं, 2 साल हो गया, 5 साल हो गया, लड़का नहीं मिलता है. मिलने के बाद इसका मन बदल गया. बोलते मैं शादी नहीं करूंगी. अरे बाबा, ये क्या कर रहे हो? जो करना चाहते हो तो लड़का नहीं मिला. उल्टा लड़के के लड़की नहीं मिलती है. सो यू आर एजिटेटेड. वन शादी इज डन. हा, बहुत अच्छा हो गया, बहुत अच्छा, शांत हो गया. नेक्स्ट डे ऑनवर्ड्स द म्यूजिक स्टार्ट्स. न्यू म्यूजिक, फ्रेश म्यूजिक. In Telugu movie, very wonderful actors, both of them. Great actors, elderly, excellent actors. वो बैठे, पत्नी आगे, देखिए बहू कल ही शादी हुई थी, आज सुबह उठ गए, सबसे पहले नहा लिया, कॉफी बना के ले रहे, सबको आपको भी लेके आ रही है, अच्छे से पी लेना. बोले कितनी अच्छी बहू है. That man said clearly, new radio doesn't hum. 4-5 दिन के बाद हमिंग शुरू होता है. Wait, he said. Don't give early certificates. पर उसको शांत कराने में जीवन भर लग गया. Then you die with restlessness and peace. हाँ, शांति नहीं मिली. कब से? जन्म से. हरे राम. Therefore, one who knows sukhatmakam shantam, I am already that shantasvarupam. Sarvada vartamanopi. He may be engaged in every activity in the world. Jagati sarvada vartopi asminna badyate, but he is not bound by the world. In this world, he is not bound. वो घूमता है, पीता है, करता है, everything he does. But he is not bound. Absolutely not bound. So we think that, what is the difference between Gurudev and us? वो भी नाश्ता करते हैं, वो भी मस्त काफी पीते हैं, मस्त खाना खाते हैं, घूमते हैं, फिरते हैं। हाँ जी, हम भी करते हैं, हाँ, बट ही इज नॉट। ऐसे महात्माओं को देख करके फिर यू कैन नॉट सर्टिफाई, यू कैन नॉट सर्टिफाई मीन्स यू कैन नॉट सर्टिफाई योर सेल्फ। हाँ, मैं भी ऐसे बन जाऊंगा, मैं भी ऐसे ही हूँ, क्या फर्क है? हाँ, वो दैट इज नॉट दैट, यू नो, दैट समर्थ रामदास एंड शिवाजी महाराज का स्टोरी एक है। समर्थ रामदास वेंट टू शिवाजी महाराज, 4-5 दिन रुके। बोले महाराज जी चलो, बोले कि आपका पूरा ये राज्य मैं आपको दान दे रहा हूं। पूरा राज्य दे दिया शिवाजी महाराज रामदास, अब समर्थ रामदास ले लिया। तो बोले अभी राजा, हाँ, तू भी भिखारी है, क्यों? पूरा अपना राज मुझे दे दिया ना, है ना, चलो दोनों भीख मांगते हैं। दोनों कटोरी भीख मंगवाए उनसे। फिर बहुत मंगवाने पर फिर बोले शिवाजी आप जाओ, ये मेरा राज्य है, मैं तुमको अभी टेम्पररी सौंप दे रहा हूं, सही ढंग से इसका पालन करना, जाओ, ये तुम्हारा नहीं है, मेरा है। Once another yogi went to one king and the king thought, ये तो योगी मस्त खाता है, पीता है, सोता है, इसमें और में क्या फर्क है मुझ में? Then yogi understood if this king is thinking like that. किंग महाराज चलो इवनिंग वॉक चलते हैं, हम ऐसे घूम के आते हैं। हाँ चलो, अच्छे चलते हैं। 2 मील हो गया, 3 मील हो गया। योगी बोले चलते रहे। महाराज जी आप कहाँ तक जा रहे हो? बस चलते रहेंगे। मैं बट हम चलते रहेंगे, चलो आगे चलो और चलेंगे। महाराज जी मुझको वापस जाना है। क्यों वापस जाए? चलते रहेंगे आगे। नहीं नहीं, मेरे को ना ये राज्य है ना पालन करना है। इसीलिए महाराज तू संसारी है, मैं सन्यासी हूं। तू मेरे को फर्क क्या के सोच रहे थे ना, तुझ में और मेरे में। तू सोच रहे कि मैं वहीं पे पलंग पर सो रहा हूँ, वैसे ही वैसे अच्छे खाना खा रहा हूँ। तू यू थॉट दैट आई एम आल्सो बाउंड बाय, देयर इज नो डिफरेंस बिटवीन यू एंड मी। मैं छोड़ सकता हूं, तू छोड़ नहीं सकता है, यही फर्क है। मेरे कोई आधा, आई एम नॉट अटैच्ड टू योर बेड एंड फूड प्लेट एंड ऑल दैट। सोने का जो प्लेट, गोल्डन प्लेट में खाया, और आई एम नॉट अटैच्ड। मेरे पास भिक्षा पात्र है, कहीं मैं भूख मांग लूंगा, खा लूंगा, कहीं भी सो लूंगा। तू कर सकते हो क्या? महाराज जी नहीं कर सकता हूं। बस यही तुझ में और मुझ में फर्क है, अब जाओ बोला। सो दे आर नॉट बाउंड, न बध्यते अस्मिन् जगति सर्वदा वर्तमानोपि, even though they are all, so देहाभिमाने गलिते विज्ञाते परमात्मनि यत्र यत्र मनो याति तत्र तत् समाधयः। Shankaracharya says, when body identification is dropped and the Paramatma is known, and wherever the mind goes, then and there you find samadhi. He is a free bird. कुछ भी कर सकता है वो शादी भी कर सकता है, नहीं भी कर सकता है, संन्यास भी ले सकता है, नहीं भी ले सकता है, घूम सकता है, फिर सकता है, खा सकता है, वो अपने मर्जी से जीता है, बट इज नॉट बाउंड। ठीक है, दैट्स हाउ वी, सो मेनी एग्जांपल्स वी कैन कंटिन्यू, बट एनफ टाइम हो गया अभी। सो विल कंक्लूड दिस ध्यान स्वरूपम ब्यूटीफुली टेक्स्ट। यू अंडरस्टूड व्हाट इज ध्यानम, कैसे करना भी, वी यस्टरडे प्रैक्टिस, वी विल जस्ट टुडे प्रैक्टिस इफ यू आर विलिंग फॉर 10 मिनट्स। ठीक है, सिट स्ट्रेट नाउ। Sit straight, be comfortable. The base of the spine slightly bent forward, very light, so that there is no pressure created there. Now again feel the body and relax every part. Feet, fingers of the feet, relax. Ankles, feel them and relax them. Release the mind from there. Calf muscles, knees, thighs, hips, stomach. spine, lungs, neck, shoulders, elbows, wrist, palm, fingers. Relax them. If you want a little movement here and there, do it and put them in resting position, comfortable position. Come to chin, cheeks, lips, jaws, nose, eyes, ears, forehead, back portion of the head, top of the head. See that whole body is relaxed. Now slowly let the body be parked there. It is comfortable in itself. Now a mantra we will take up today for chanting mentally. Please listen to it, mentally repeat or chant with me mentally. Om Namah Shivaya. Keep chanting this mantra. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Keep chanting the mantra. The secret of chanting is listen to your own chanting. Mental chanting, you listen to your own chanting in the mind. Listen to chanting Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Chant mantra mentally. Listen to your own chanting. Chant mentally Om Namah Shivaya. Listen to your own chanting. If the mind is too restless, chant very loudly in the mind. Very loudly you chant the mantra in the mind. Silence all other thoughts. Chant so loudly that the distant stars are listening to your chanting. Distant stars are listening to your chanting. Vibrations are embracing the whole universe. Now, withdraw from the mind. Now, the mind is chanting. You are just observing the mental chanting. You are the witness, seated much above. The mind is chanting the mantra. And observe the mind. Om Namah Shivaya, chanting by the mind. You are just listening and observing it. With this long practice, Pujya Gurudev says, we will come to know that we are not the mind and the physical body. express gratitude to the Lord and the Guru Parampara, for making us all sit and practice meditation. Invoke the Lord's blessings for continuing these sadhanas without any break. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Warm up your palms. Look at Bhagavan Krishna. Open your eyes slowly and thank him again. Swasti. Thank you. Hari Om.